Hello. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick run through. I guess pretty much just gonna record myself doing the Withered Army training scenario. If you guys don't know what the scenario is, it's basically a scenario. You unlock it by doing world quests or doing the quest line in Suramar, and you eventually will be able to do the scenario. Now, I guess the goal of the scenario is pretty much is a nice boost to your rep. I think it also drops things. Let's see here. I guess overall, the reward to be a 425 net gain, drops Blood of Sargeras, you can get about 100 ancient mana, some artifact power, blah, blah, blah. But basically, and I guess in Titanforge, a piece of gear. I'm not sure about that. I guess if you kill Dro, if you kill the boss, maybe? Reports say that, I don't really know. Apparently the Fox Mount has a tiny chance to drop scenario too. I'll go ahead and link this in the description below, but basically my goal to be doing these is just to get to 425 rep, and the way you're doing that is to get a score of 425. We'll talk about that in a bit. So when you first see right here, I talked to the guy, what's her name? The first Arcanist, Thalissiel. She gives me an option here of how much ancient mana do I want to spend. If I can spend 8 or 400 ancient mana, I could buy up to 8 Withered, or I could actually spend 2,000 ancient mana to buy 20 Withered. Now, obviously, the more Withered you have, the better chances you are going to have to complete the scenario correctly. Now, a quick little tip here, if you're wondering how you can actually carry 2,000 mana, there is an achievement, and there's actually a guide on Wowhead, and I will post this as well in the description below. Basically, they're little treasure spawns that spawn around Suramar. So if you're using the add-on TomTom, I'll do a link to that as well. Pretty much just copy and paste this right here. Paste this into your game chat, and then that's going to bring TomTom, the add-on, and will actually bring up a little arrow. And it's basically just as simple as following the arrow. But yeah, let's go and get started here. I'm going to actually pay the 2k mana. I'm going to zone it into the scenario, and we'll get started. Now, I've heard there's some type of damage buff that you can get on Suramar that will helps you quite a bit on doing this quest. I'm not too sure what that buff is, and like I said, I'm not trying to min-max this. I'm definitely no expert on this at all, so just keep that in mind. This is just going to be for my small community, helping you guys figure out how the fuck to do the scenario. So one thing I do want to talk about, Fighter Chow, which is the buff I just got. This right here, I'll link the Wowhead link as well. It's basically a pretty simple basic food item that you can craft, and what it does is your out of combat regen is increased by 1,000. So this helps a lot in this scenario, especially if you're like a DPS class that doesn't have a heal. So in my example will be a mage. I mean, it definitely helps out a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to what's her face. I'm going to tell her that I'm started, and we're going to go. So once again, I do have 20 Withered here, so it's going to make things a lot easier. The goal to the Wither scenario is to keep your guys alive. So you're going to have about 20 zombie dudes who are just going to follow you around. They're not smart. They're not smart at all. They're trying, I guess, but they're just not the brightest guys. There's going to be mobs everywhere that you want to kill and stuff like that. Now, the object, I guess my best advice to this is go slow. There's no reason to rush it. You always want to keep an eye on your Withered to kind of just make sure that no one's running around, doing anything that they shouldn't be doing, pulling extra mobs, blah, blah, blah. One thing I highly suggest that you keybind your special action bar button to a button, and so that way you can swap it on and off. So I guess we probably should talk about what this button does. So what this button actually does is it swaps them into, I guess, aggressive mode, you could say. Basically, it means that they will hit for 75% more damage. So as you can see, I'm pretty geared at this point. 846 item level, so I blew that guy the fuck up. I also used cooldowns there. You're not always gonna have cooldowns up. So that big guy that I just killed, they're actually semi-tricky, and we'll talk a little bit more about those on the next one that we approach. So if you look at the top of my screen, you can actually see the score right here. I'm already at 24. So the goal is to get to 425, I think is the max you can get. And then once you get that, you can pretty much give up the scenario. Along the way, you'll see random Withered guys who are just kind of hanging out. You can pick them up as well, increasing your army size. You can see, like, the more you have, it kind of seems like the harder it is to control. Like I said, right now, you can actually check on your buffs, and I'm rocking 21 Withered. So you're just going to go in here, go nice and slow. I mean, there's no reason to rush this. There's no time limit on this. I feel like a lot of people, they just assume that there's a time limit. I'm not going to go this way. I think you have to, like, sacrifice some dudes to go this way. For this video, I'm not going to do that. So the Volatile Wrath right here. I'm going to not blow him up super quick this time. going to go semi-slow with him. So eventually he'll do a cast that's interruptible, and then once he gets below 25% right here, he'll start exploding. And if you notice, it's actually uninterruptible. It has the little shield on it, right? Also, this little small chest around. Keep your eye out for them. Blah, blah, blah. There's more chests, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But anyways, as I was saying about the anomaly dude, the big guy, once he gets below 25%, he pretty much does like a self-destruct. Once he self-destructs, he will do a lot of AoE damage, so you want to have a stun up for them. Keep in mind, every mob and every boss, see, we're about to approach a boss in here, is stunnable. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So it looks like my guy's aggroed this little dude right here. I'm going to want to make sure I interrupt that. And pretty much, I mean, oh, so yeah, I mean, you want to be really careful, especially in a room with like a boss right here. Now, this is the very first boss. She's not too hard at all, right? So, all right, moving on. Just going to be killing these little guys. I'm actually running Rune of Power here. I probably wouldn't suggest Rune of Power. Like I said, my goal is just to get the rep. I'm not going too hard in the pain here. I think it's probably safe to pull this boss if you pull him away right here. If you're going to be really cautious, you probably should clear the other side first. But I'm all right. I'm going to swap my guys over to attack mode. Probably going to actually hero because this guy's going to be doing a lot of. All right, so you see right there, I actually got targeted by a spell that this boss did. So what that does is pretty much it makes it so I drop AoE damage on wherever I'm at. Gonna make sure they're in attack mode. Sometimes like I kind of have a habit of getting confused on like what exactly is attack mode and what isn't. Oh shit, that was really bad. Okay, so I actually fat figured my blink twice there, and maybe I should have cleared the room first. Jesus. And I actually blinked it to the mob in front of me. Like I said, I am doing this live. I do all my videos live. I don't really do any editing. So bear with me here. It looks like I am losing quite a bit of guys, but that's okay. I mean, I came in there with 20. The goal is just to have at least one alive the entire time. So right here, you can see one is running away periodically throughout the scenario as well. There goes another one. They will begin feared, and you pretty much just have to chase them down. I'm not really sure why that's a thing, but it's a thing, right? So I actually kept them all alive, so that's semi-impressive. It was a bit of a shit show there. Things kind of got a little bit out of control, but, you know, I kept my cool. You can keep the guys, you know, blue means they're following you, red means they're attacking, right? I mean, like I said, I definitely highly recommend that you do keybind this. That way you're not just having to click it over and over. Now, since I have 20 withered, or 21 withered, I'm just going to cash in this chest right here. I'm not even sure what this chest does. On Wowhead, or yeah, I'm pretty sure Wowhead, there's pretty much pictures that will tell you what each spell mask of Asilia. I mean, like, pretty much will tell you where each treasure is. So I'm just going to cash in 10. Pretty much you cash in 10, so it's going to put me down to 11. And then they're going to bring back that chest. I'm going to pick up this extra guy right here and then just move on to the next room. Like I said, you always kind of want to keep a good visual on your dudes. You don't want to get too far ahead of them. Because, I mean, I have a habit of blinking. If you blink twice, the little lady will pop up and say, "Hey, man, you're getting too far away. You probably want to chill out, right?" So just keep that in mind. Let's go back. Which way? Oh, this way. Wait, I went too far. Sorry, guys. Moving down here to the left, we're gonna cut down. So if you don't want to fight that boss, which you don't have to, you can just skip it and just go right down here. Like, there's no set path. It's kind of cool. Like, there's no time limit. There's no set path. There's not really, there's no really rules you need to follow. The only rules is, like, once you run out of dudes, once you run out of withereds, you're done. Or once you die. If you die, then it's also done. So I guess that's something also to keep in mind doing this thing, because you don't want to die yourself. Okay, so my guys pulled that guy right there. So I'm going to pop them in attack mode. I see someone else pull too. Here's the first thing. I'm going to make sure that interrupted it. I'm going to blow him up. So there's the big thing right there. If I needed to, I would have used my Dragon's Breath to interrupt him. However, I do a lot of damage at this point, so I did not need that. Yeah, just going to go slow with it. Nothing too crazy. Just killing these little spiders, doing your thing. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I will say, I'm kind of blowing those big anomalies up pretty quick. Those are, I would say, the hardest part of this first part. You know, the first couple rooms. The hardest part is this volatile rafting that I'm attacking right here. I guess awkward. I started calling it anomalies. So you guys said that one of my withers is actually being feared right now. So I'm gonna have to go pick him up. And now that sucks because he actually casted that on me. Now what's cool about it though is it's actually not gonna be on me because I was blinked out. I see it's gonna happen again. I see he's gonna get the cast off, so I'm gonna blink away and see. Now I see self-destructing, so I actually do need to. Oh my God, why are they running? And then I killed him. Right. See, I'm still at 12, so I'm still doing good. I guess disregard my Spotify ad. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear my music. I'm not sure if I enabled it or not. But yeah, the very early stages, the only really thing there is to be, I guess, concerned of would be the big guys. That's generally how it works. Nice little DraftKings ad. Alright, cool. So I see that side's completely clear. I'm at 107 score right now, so I've got, you know, 300 points to go. Seem to be trucking along pretty smooth.
Eligibility restrictions may apply. See website for details.
Now, going downstairs, I suggest you clear the entire upstairs first before you... Okay, okay. See, this is part of the reason why I don't like Spotify. I feel like I always get ads on Spotify. But anyways, moving on. I don't recommend going downstairs until you clear the entire top room. Let's see. Here's another big guy. I wasn't necessarily ready to pull him yet, but since I did, I'm going to pop some cooldowns. Going to interrupt him. I'm going to sit on my Dragon's Breath because I know that I'm going to need a stun. If he gets the second cast off, which he is going to, remember I'm going to get away from the group so they don't attack my guys, and then I'm going to come back in. I see that he's self-extracting, whatever, self-exploding, and then I'm going to move on. So actually, I noticed down here, one of my guys did pull, so you got to quickly jump down here and save him. So this is part of the reason why I don't, like, the stairs make these guys go, like, full retard, right? And I'm not the biggest fan of that word retard, but really, that's pretty much what they're doing. Now, it gets really aggravating when they start running when you're in combat, right? So you kind of really got to, I see one die. Actually, I think I lost 2 there. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. So just, I mean, be aware. Don't be too stressed out if you lose 1 or 2. You will grab some more on the way. It won't be the end of the world, but you always want to be on the lookout for chest. I cashed in that chest early. A lot of people won't recommend cashing in any chest. Probably the smarter, safer way to do. Don't cash in any chest until you're actually at 400. It will just make the run go smoother for you. Of course, I did, but you know. Like I said, I'm not trying to min-max it. I'm just trying to do my thing. So you see, I actually did come downstairs here, right? And you kind of can see like there's a bunch of little spiders running around. It's very, very hectic down here. Looks like this guy got pulled randomly. I'm not too sure how. You know, I mean, like be prepared once you go downstairs to be fighting a bunch of ads. Now, luckily, as a fire mage, you know, I can do a lot of AOE, and so I'm not too worried about it. And so just like that, right? I'm gonna clear the bottom part a little bit more here. Like I said, going nice and slow. I mean, there's no rush at all, man. There's no rush, no reason to rush things. There's no time limit. I feel like a lot of people get stressed out and they get in like that adrenaline mode and they want to like, you know, fight or flight type of mindset and they just want to go ham at it. I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, sure, if you want to put on some intense, fast-paced music, that's kind of why I picked this playlist. But we awkwardly have ads. I see that I'm going to, you know, like I said, you always want to watch your health too. I've never died before my Withered have, but I mean, it's definitely possible. It's definitely a thing that can happen, so just keep that in mind. Oh, okay, so I see one of the Withered. 2 of them are actually running away. So I'm going to Frost Nova the guys that are chasing me. I'm going to run over here. I'm going to click the guys. And then I'm going to swap back to these mobs. Oh, wow, another guy's running away. So I'm not too sure what makes the Withered run away, but it seems to happen periodically. Looks like on this run, they seem to be running away a lot more when I'm in combat. So that seems to be a new one for me. But so like I said, remember, I do have that fighter chow on me, so I am regenerating a lot of health, which just makes it so much easier. I mean, I'm not sitting there having. The first time I did this quest, I was stopping and eating my own personal food every few seconds, or every pull. So it looks like everything down here is cleared. There's no reason for me to stay. I currently have 10 withered with me. That's pretty much borderline. If you drop below 10, then I would recommend you play it very, very cautious. I see everything's cleared. I'm currently at a score of 205, so I'm going to keep going, finish off these trash packs, and just move on. Just taking it chill, taking my time. There is another chest right here. I'm not gonna send my guys down and take this chest down, obviously because I only have 10 left. But yeah, don't follow my footsteps. Definitely do not do any chest until you've gotten a score of 400. So I will say, I'm pretty sure once you come down here, there is a chance that you'll run into one of the stealth mobs. Now, is it Mage? I don't know if like demon hunters can see them, but basically it's a really fucking strong mob that will just wreck you and your guys completely. So that being said, I recommend you sit on any kind of like major cooldowns you have. I'm not gonna pop combustion on this guy because I know I can burst this guy down pretty well. Like, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to get one interrupt cast right here. I'm going to wait until he's almost done casting the spell until I use my interrupts. I mean, that's an old PvP trick. Basically, he wasted a lot of time casting the spell, and so that way it gives me longer that he's not doing anything, right? So I'm going to put these guys back on follow, and then we're going to clear some more mobs. Like I said, I'm sitting on my combustion. I don't want to pop any major cooldowns. That would be a bad idea because when we do encounter the stealth guy, and I'm pretty sure you always do at one point, when you do encounter the stealth guy, you need to be ready. I will have hero up. I mean, I will have all my cooldowns up and ready to go, but still, I mean, you want to be ready. What's really sucks is like when the guy when he shows up and you're like mid fighting another pull, or he shows up in the room where there's other mobs or something, and that gets a bit annoying, but there's not too much you can do about it. So see, once again, I wait until he's almost done the cast, and then I pop my interrupt. So you want to group up my guys. I'm pretty sure this is a 5-drop quest. Yeah, you can turn in 5 Withered to collect that. I'm not going to do that at this point. I'm sitting at 11. That's the number where I feel comfortable with. I don't want to dip below that. I actually don't like running around with 20 Withered, personally. I feel like it's a lot to keep up with. I don't know. Some people might like that. Some people may not. Like I said, I'm not really an expert at this. I've done it a couple times where I feel comfortable enough to make a video, and I've gotten a couple requests as well. So figured why not. So we have made it, I guess, pretty much downstairs. I'm not too sure where I am on the map, but we're at a score of 257, so we're going strong. Now, I know for a fact that stealth guy, he's going to be popping up soon. So just be on your toes. Be ready for it. The trick to the stealth guy, I'm going to talk about it right now because I probably won't talk about it too much when I actually do fight him. The trick is to stun him as he charges. You'll kind of know what I mean more once you actually see the guy. But the trick is, I guess, when in doubt, remember to stun him as he charges. So these little small treasure chests you can just pick up. Looks like they drop mana and, I guess, gold. So, I mean, that's just like a nice little perk as you're going on through here. You want to collect any withered you see because those are very, very valuable. I mean, keep that in mind. So I guess we could either go... it doesn't really matter. I know, like, if you look on Wowhead and the links I posted below, they will kind of give you an idea of where stuff spawns, what drops what. I'm not too worried about all that. Like I said, I'm just doing this to get rep. So I see 2 anomalies right here. I'm going to try to move to the corner so I don't pull the other one. However, it looks like that's not going to happen. So now this gets a little tricky. I actually need to watch both. And it looks like a wither of mine ran away too. So once again, if you're not able to interrupt the cast, you're going to have to move away so that he doesn't cast it on my guy. So this is not looking good at all. So I'm actually going to head pop hero, focus one down. Looks like my withered killed that one, so that's good. And then I'm going to stun him. Surprisingly, I think I lost 1 to a fear. Yeah. So I lost 1 to a fear there. It happens. I mean, that's going to happen. That's the part of the scenario. You know, the scenario is supposed to catch you off guard. Stuff like that. I think I've previously, yeah, so this seems to be another boss. We can go ahead and do this one. I think I've done this one before. Actually, I want to say this is where the stealth dude popped up on me. So if you really want to play it safe, which I probably should, I'm not, you probably at this point, all right. Okay, you would probably want to sit on your combustion until that came back up. Now, one little cool thing, I guess, is these ads, if they're humanoid, remember guys, humanoids are sheepable, right? So we can sheep humanoids. So if you want to, if you're having trouble, if you're not, that geared or whatever, if you're not maybe comfortable, if you're not as comfortable with the spec or whatever, maybe you just start picked up mage, or maybe you're playing a different class, like whatever may be going on. I mean, if you're feeling uncomfortable with it, use your resources, use your stuns, use your CCs, use your slows, use your snares, use it all. So I have a feeling that the stealth guy is going to be popping up very soon. We'll see. So one thing I've also noticed is that bosses don't really tend to give a lot of points. I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm not too sure. I don't know the scales of the points, so I could be wrong there. But in my opinion, from doing these, bosses are not worth it at all. Because I mean, look, it's very easy to kill this little guy right here, obviously, right? I just dropped him, and that gave me, I don't know. I think I was gonna look, but I forgot. But so I'm actually gonna go ahead and sheep this boss, which is a very cool mechanic to do. And I'm just going to kill the webs around him and just take these withers. So I'm at 293. I killed that one mob. Yeah, that one little bitty mob that was cake to kill jumped me up to a score of by 3 points. Easy. So fuck the boss, dude. Why would I even do the boss? There's no point. So I'm just gonna kill these guys nice and slow. I'm gonna watch my sheep timer here. If you guys don't know this add-on that tracks the CC, it's Mage Nuggets. Comes with this nice little, I don't know, tracker of your spells too. But I'm gonna repoly this guy one more time, and then I'm just gonna. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So what happened there? I'll explain what happened there in a second. I'm gonna make sure that he's staying sheeped. So with the oak heart snore root. Whenever it's actually a bug, whenever you poly something, it has a chance to proc, and then obviously if it procs, then it's going to break the poly. So just keep that in mind if you're using that trinket. I think I might have lost one dude there. I think I did, but it happens. So I'm at a score of 299 now, making my way up. Like once I said, my only goal here is to get to the score of 425 or high. I mean, 425, you call it quits, 425, you find a chest and you just cash out. It's kind of like, Vegas. You got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, right? That's like a country song. I don't know. So once again, I have not seen the stealth guy yet. It would be kind of comical, I guess, if I didn't run into him this time. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm going to sit on my combustion. I'm going very slow still because I have a feeling he's going to be up here. And he's a pain in the ass. He's actually what's wiped me before. He's wiped me a couple times. But what am I looking out for? Why did he? So basically the NPC will tell you random things. She just yelled the words "look out." I don't know. Maybe I lost a Withered. I don't remember being at 11. I remember being at 12. So maybe I lost a dude somewhere. I don't really know. It is what it is. But you got... Okay. What? Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. So there's the dude. I'm going to pop my guys in Wither mode. I'm going to pop here. There. So you see him start dashing. You want to instantly try to stun him. You probably want to kite him away from your guys. I've actually had him kill me a couple times. That seems to be the biggest problem here. Yeah, you guys can see my health is dropping a lot. Now he's just going to fuck up my Withered. And there's not too much you can really do but just fight him out, right? So I see my dude's right here running away because I guess he's scared of the combat or whatever his problem is. Woo! Shit, I'm down to 1%. That's not good. Cauterizer Blink, please save me. Oh, man. Okay. So I'm going to drop my Rune of Power as he's on the Withered. But I don't want him on me, right? So at this point, you want to sacrifice those Withered before you sacrifice yourself, because like I said, if you die, then it also ends as well. At this point, I'm just kiting him. I see him. He's on a couple of my Withered. I'm going to go and stun him one more time. This is not looking good for me. I'm watching my health really closely here, and I may have to ice block very soon. I'm going to try to hold it as long as I can. Fuck. And lost it. Like I said, that guy, you want to be careful for. So I ended up not getting a score of 425. So I know the max rep that you can get is 425. Now, obviously, I'm human, so it's going to be a little bit skewed. There's the 10-man chest that I cashed in. Let's see what we got. We got the Berserking Helmet. That helps a lot the next time you do it. It increases your guys' damage by a fuckload. So just keep that, hold on to that, keep that in your bags. Let's see what we got in the major chest. Lots of goodies, artifact power, blah, 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 right? So here's the real stuff. Looks like we got some random toy, but let's go to the rep. So we got, looks like 50 rep right there, and then 300 rep right there. So we actually only walked away with 350 rep, and so we were short 75 rep. If you get to the 425 mark, that's how you determine to get that rep. Now that guy, let's talk a little bit about why I wiped there. If I would have had 20 Withers up, or say maybe 15 plus when I engaged that guy, it would have been a little bit smoother. Once again, I died before my Withers died, so that being said, that is pretty much the reason why I got wrecked. But I mean, that just gives you an overall idea. You can pop Invis in there. If you pop Invis, you will drop aggro, and actually your fighter chow buff will come into play too. My plan there was to ice block and then Invis. However, he ended up hitting me pretty hard. I guess you guys want to look at the def log here. Let's see what he exactly did. Or maybe did it reset? I think it might have reset. Anyways, that Invis works, block works. But yeah, hope that was helpful, guys. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this at all, as I clearly, just failed the task. But hopefully that kind of helps you guys a little bit out when you're trying to run through this little bad boy. But yep, so guys, take it easy. Like, subscribe, dislike, do whatever you gotta do. But sounds good. I'll post my add-ons and the links to the Wowhead guides below. So, see ya.